The end is a new beginning. Someone needs to make a decision.
Alright guys, so we finally have ML Charles here. Closer Charles. I predicted that he was going to be a thief, and he is. So, pat myself on the back real quick. Okay, now that that's over with, let's take a look at his kit. Voiced by Crispin Freeman, which always is a good thing. Okay, he's a Scorpio, so we got another Violet. Didn't we just get another unit that got Violet's base stats as well? Like, not long ago? I don't know. Maybe we did. Maybe we didn't. I don't really remember. Or maybe it was just him that I'm thinking of. But yeah, Violet has very good base stats. Super high attack, crit rate, super high health, good speed. Defense always sucks on a thief, so that's whatever. He's got a crit chance imprint, self imprint, which is also sick. Keep going through this real quick. So we have Closer. How original. This is his passive, right? Yeah. Excuse my sniffles. I'm allergic to cats, and for some reason there's 2 cats in the house right now, so yeah. After an ally, except for the caster attacks, if the enemy's health is less than 30%, increase combat readiness of the caster by 35% and grants perception for 2 turns. Can only be activated once every 2 turns. Perception is that new passive that was introduced when Violet got his rework, or not his rework, his buff, or whatever you want to call it. It kind of reworked him a little bit and how his kit works. Yeah, it's a decent ability. It's just a passive. What's this go up to? 50? I think it goes up to 50, right? Good passive. They demonstrate it here.
한 번만 발생하는데요. 간판은 치명 확률과 치명 피해가 15% 증가하며 강화 해제되지 않습니다.
They actually did it in an interesting manner here, using it in the turn 2 team instead of in a cleave. So they kind of demonstrated that you can actually you don't have to run them in cleave. You can run them in a slower comp. And using ML Ken to get a unit low to give him his turn is actually pretty smart. Not gonna lie. But yeah, so we cut. Then we have his skill 3, Descent. Attacks all enemies after descending, increasing attack of all allies for 2 turns. Before increasing combat readiness by 20%, increases evasion of the caster for 3 turns. 3-turn evasion is really nice. This guy's really interesting. Like, he could be used as an opener or a closer, if you want to put it that way. I'll talk about that here in a second. Let's look at this animation. It's kind of weird, not gonna lie.
자신에게 3턴간 회피 증가를 발생시킵니다. 소울 10개 사용 시 피해량이 증가합니다.
Like, what the fuck is this? Have you guys ever seen like Reign of Fire? That old movie with Matthew McConaughey and Christian Bale and Gerald Butler that came out in like 2002 with the dragons. It kind of reminds me of the pylons, where they're riding around on the motorcycles putting the pylons up. It's like, what the fuck is this? Such a weird ability. I don't understand this. Like, he runs, jumps on a plane, and then jumps out of the plane. What the fuck? He's got that sword. He doesn't even use it for anything. But yeah, that's a very weird animation, not gonna lie. Whatever. And then we have his S1, Elimination. Sharply cuts the enemy. When used on the caster's turn, if the caster is granted perception, uses Demolition instead of Elimination. So he gets basically Charles S2 animation. And then Demolition attacks enemies with sword damage dealt increases proportional to the target's lost health. So it does more damage the less health your target has. When an enemy is defeated, decrease the cooldown of Descent by 1 turn. This attack does not trigger a dual attack, so he can't dual attack if he uses it. Let's go forward and look at it real quick.
피해량이 증가합니다. 적 처치 시 3스킬 강화의 쿨타임을 1턴
And here's
감소시킵니다.
Demolition.
이 공격으로는 협공이
It's pretty
발생하지
hard, but
않습니다.
that's a C-Dom. You know, it's not gonna hit hard.
멸망한 세계를 이끄는 최후의 지휘관
You know, it's gonna hit hard on C-Dom. She has no, like, no
종결자
defenses
철수는
usually.
8월
This
19일부터
fucking animation is so
신비
weird.
소환으로 만나실 수 있습니다. 고맙습니다.
Oh, he's got little goggles. Okay, so let's talk about him real quick. If you hear squeaking, that's my dog. But yeah, where do I begin with him? I think, like, when I said he could be an opener or a closer. So basically, like, he has an a CR push and an attack buff on his S3, right? So if we were to go back and look at that, closer. No, not closer. It's this S3. There it is. So, yeah. Increasing the attack of all allies for 2 turns before increasing combat readiness by 20%. So it's effectively like, you know how Baiken pushes her team forward, or, you know, I think Opsig does the same thing. I'm not too familiar with Opsig's kit. But, you know, she is an opener that can increase attack of all allies. So, yeah. He can be used as an opener. He's got 113 base speed, so you can probably get him pretty quick. I don't think you're going to use him as an opener in Cleave. That will still be... Oh, my God. That would still be, like, Flan. Not so much Oxlots now. You know, F Ludica. Units like that are going to be Cleave openers. Pavel. Stuff like that. You might be able to get him that fast. I mean, maybe around 300 speed if you have godlike speed gear, but then he's going to do like no damage unless your gear's amazing. And then if you have that gear, like, you would not put it on him, you'd put it on Pavel. So yeah, I don't think he's going to be used that fast, but you can definitely build him around the range of like maybe 250, 260, kind of like a fast G-Perk. He's got better base speed than G-Perk. So like my G-Perk right now I think is like 245 or something like that. So you could definitely get him to 260 pretty easily with decent damage stats. Like, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. And then you draft him in just a team with a ton of damage, right? You know, like Landy, Carrot, now Rim, who else? Arbiter Vildred, even some single target damage dealers like Rylet, S-Tinny. You know, it's basically just draft him and a bunch of damage. And then you could even throw in G-Perg as well. So, like, you have, like, if they ban him, to get rid of your attack buff, you have another attack buff, and you could build a damage variant of G-Perg, maybe around the same speed with good crit damage. So, like, no matter what they ban, you just have 3 things that do damage with an attack buff, right? That are pretty fast. So you just run somebody down. When he goes first and has this, and then say you're running people down, right? He can get this 50% CR too. So if he's like 260 speed, for example, and you're fighting a whole team that's around 200, 220, or lower, because you're fighting like a slower player, there's a very good chance that he's just going to end up lapping them before, you know, they take a turn, just because of closer. Because like when you're running them over, you're bound to get somebody below 30%, and then he's going to gain that. And let's just say you happen to have a ranger with Sashay or something, right? Or, you know, or CDOM or anything like that you can draft to give more CR to your team. Hell, even Baiken. Like, he's very easily going to be able to lap them to be able to close things out, right? So I think that's the main way he's going to be used. I think you might see him in some cleaves. Maybe not. I think there's better options. But I think that's how he's going to be used. That's how I would use him. You can also build him tankier. I don't, like, for counter, I don't, like, is there really any reason to use counter? Like, it doesn't really do anything. It just sharply cuts the enemy. Like, it doesn't, there's really no reason to, like, build him, I think, bruiser-ish. I think you want to build him fast. And you want him to do damage. I mean, here, he already has evasion. So, like, if you build him fast, you're gonna get 3-turn evasion, right? So you're gonna want him to be fast, like, regardless. He might not have to take the very first turn on your team, but you're still gonna want to build him fast as you can. And then you can take advantage of the fact that he has high base health to give him pretty good health. Maybe throw some flight defense in there, and then he's pretty bulky on top of that. But I think you want him fast. That's just my initial thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. I know people aren't happy with him. Like, if we go down, it's quite a few dislikes. Sad, depressed grandpa. Badly made character. Closer. Like the most closest unit to total disappointment. Like, yeah, some people aren't happy. I don't know. I think he could be a little better, not gonna lie. I kind of see why people are upset. His skill 3 animation is fucking weird. Right? It is fucking weird. but whatever, I guess. Whatever. Let me know your guys' thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you really enjoyed the video, hit subscribe. And if you didn't like the video, just go away. All right, bye.
Fuck.